Good. All right. Axel, touch. Good boy. Good. Good job. All right. The next thing we're going to work on is leave it and drop it. So leave it means don't touch it. Okay. So leave it might mean if he was going towards something and he does not have it in his mouth yet, that's a leave it. It means just don't mess with it. If he already has something in his mouth, we want to say drop it. So I know your carpets were an area that you were concerned. If he was chewing the carpet, it's in his mouth, technically that would be drop it. If you saw him looking at it, that would be leave it, to come away. If you say one and you mix it up or anything like that, it's not the end of the world. He will get it. But when we're practicing, I want you to understand that leave it is meaning don't touch it, and drop it is meaning spit it out. So one thing I want to bring up, so I'm talking to you, but he laid down on his own, right? I did not ask him to lay down, but I'm standing here and he chose to lay down. Probably helps that I have food on my hip, but he could be chewing the rug. He could be barking out the window, but he chose to come and lay down in front of me. So when my puppy is being good, when he is just offering nice behavior that I like, I want to reward it. So he's like, now I'll go get the toy. When he was just laying there, that gives me the opportunity to treat him, to pet him, just to tell him what a good boy he is. We want to make sure we're reinforcing that calm, nice behavior, that we're not just waiting for him to be destructive and then we're getting on to him, okay? So let him know when you like the behavior he is doing. So we're going to start out with leave it, and then I'm going to try to get some drop-its in there using his toys and stuff like that. So he's gone off, so let me do it. Let's try a touch. So Axel, touch. Beep, 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 beep. Yes, good boy. Good. You'll hear me saying yes a lot. So if it is a new behavior that he's working on, which I think all of this is fairly new because he's just been here, you know, a couple weeks. But you'll hear me say yes. And yes is telling him that he just did the behavior I was looking for and food is coming. So you do not have to use the yes forever, but it helps when we're starting out doing the training. So exercise 1, let me find a nice big treat, biggish. I'll use 2. So exercise 1, I'll leave it. I'm gonna put the treat out in front of him, say leave it, and when he backs off, I'll reward him. Leave it. Yes, that's fine. It's like, I'll lay down. Okay, so we'll do one from a down position. Leave it. Yes. Okay. He's like, of course. Of course I wouldn't touch it. All right, I'm gonna get him up and moving. Axel. Leave it. Yes, good. Okay, that was great. That's perfect. All right, so that's exercise 1 in your palm. We're looking for him to back off. If he kept going for it, you could hide it in your fist and say leave it, but he's doing really good. Exercise 2, I'm putting the treat down and I'm going to cross it off. So this one I'm just giving a visual cue for our leave it. Leave it. Yes. Good boy. Try it again. Leave it. Yes. Good. Good. Okay. I like to get them up and moving. Sometimes I feel like when they sit, then they just start to go, okay, I'm just not going to move and she'll reward me. So let me get them up. Touch. Good boy. We'll try one more. Leave it. Good boy. So I'm not going to treat him for that one because he did start to go for it. Leave it. Yes. Okay. Good. All right. And the last way, so that one was crossing it off. If he went for it, I can block it with my hand. Okay. So this is our leave it here. My last leave it, I'm going to drop it from above and block it with my foot. So again, I'm going to get him up and moving to make it a little harder. I did just toss one down and he didn't go for it, so that was good. I could reward that. Leave it. Yes. He's just doing so good, I'm just trying to make it a little tougher for him. Whoop. Leave it, that one. Leave it. Yes, good point. That's a tough one. When you're tossing the treats and you're practicing this, you want to try to put the treat where you can win, right? So over there was a chance I would not win because it's on the other side of me, but he's doing so good that I just try to give him the opportunity. Leave it. He's so good. Are you the bestest boy? Are you the bestest boy? That's great. Okay, so those are your leave it exercises. You can practice with treats. You can practice with trash, like if he likes to get tissues or anything like that. It doesn't have to be food, but we know he wants the food. So it's just a good way to practice. So now on the drop it. Drop it is an exchange of the goods, and it's one of those things where you want to practice so that he actually learns the word drop it, right? We'll see if I just tug with him. Drop it. Good boy. Good. Go get it. Go get it. Right, so drop it to spit it out. Get it. Good, good, good. Drop it. Yes, good boy. Good. So I'm rewarding on this one. I know drop it was one of the things you said, well, if he has something you shouldn't have, I don't necessarily want to give him a treat to make him let go of something. But part of that is in the beginning is that we're actually teaching what drop it means. Part of not having our dogs just chew up things they shouldn't is exercising them, watching them, making sure they have plenty of outlets for mental stimulation, but training, feeding out of toys helps, exercise helps. And then, if he's still getting into stuff, don't leave him. If you go somewhere, make sure he goes into a kennel, which he is used to. I usually have a toy box kind of set up. I have one here. I have an outside toy box. I have one in my office with toys for the dogs. And if they start to chew on something they shouldn't have, I will, ask for a drop it and then send them to the toy box. Drop it? Yes, good boy. Good boy. You want to practice drop it doing exchanges so much that he just easily does it, so that when he has something that maybe he should not have, and when you see it, you go, oh, drop it, that he will just let it go, that you don't even have to go get a treat, because he's learned that drop it means spit it out. But you want to do lots of positive exchanges so that when it's something he cannot have back, it's not a big deal. Right? And we want him just to easily relinquish his stuff to us. So instead of taking the piece of poop and running and hiding with it, that he goes, oh, sure, here, I'll spit it out. Now what? Okay? Good, Axel. Part of maybe some of the destructive behavior too, as you keep working with him and training him, some of that will just go away. And some of it will go away with age. But we're just going to make sure all his needs are being met. Drop it. Oh, that's so good. Go get it. Go get it. So like here, the reward is also me just throwing the toy. Good, Axel. Good. Drop it. Oh, that's a good boy. Good. Okay, go get it. So I would practice with toys. I would practice with bones. I would practice maybe even with trash and things he can't have back. But randomly ask him to drop stuff throughout the day.